Hello everyone, and it is FRC 2013 season. And we're live in this first day of September, first day of autumn, and last day of pre-season testings here at Istanbul Park in Turkey. I'm pretty sure this day is going to be pretty exciting, and not only because the drivers are pretty familiar with the track and the cars from the first day, but also we've got 4 new drivers on the lineup and in the cars today. As yesterday, it is going to be 60 minutes, but instead of 30 laps limit, it is going to be 35, so drivers can practice a little bit more. As some drivers yesterday were finishing their session a bit early, 2-3 minutes before before the timer ran out. Our commentator today is once again Pro. If you want to commentate, you can join our Discord server, the link is in the description, and join the race stream's voice chat. So let's talk about some new drivers. Today, these are the test drivers this season. One of them is the Toros driver Alex Gromov from Red Bull Driver Academy. He signed just a week ago. He signed with them just a week ago, and he's already driving a Toro Rosso. Also, 2 new drivers are in McLaren. The first one is, if I'm not mistaken, the first American driver in FRC, who is Will Parrish, and the second one is another driver who joined just a few days ago. Let's see if he's on the track at the moment. I think he's not. No, he is. But anyways, his name is Alex Adesemoye. Sorry if I spelled it wrong again. So what about the fourth driver? It is someone who got a bit more lucky than Alex, and let me find him. And yep, here he is, brother of the Caterham driver Livin Pasalic. It is Marky. Who's driving a Red Bull car today. So with 4 new drivers, we'll have a day off today. These drivers are of course 2 McLaren drivers, Fraser and Tost, then Jake Tilsley and Alex Luan, so the number 2 drivers for Red Bull and Toro Rosso. After the first lap for everybody, Santino and Trail is on top, Aloy second and Plucker third, but we know that everything is going to change in about 10 or 15 minutes. Martinez is up on second, and he's driving a Zauber. Interesting. Let's see, Santino Riley about to improve his on his second run. Well, Hayabusa and Bagus are going into the pits. Was there any contact between them? I guess there wasn't, but that's interesting. Just 1 lap, and probably they'll uh, work on their car and work on their setup. Abowish comes in as well. And that's the first yellow flag. Oh, and it's one of the Caterhams again, and it is Litmin Pasalik. What's gone wrong here? It was another transmission problem. Last season in Turkey, it was Mercedes struggling with brakes. Most of the times it was... who it was? Yeah, of course that was Jafari, sorry, I just forgot. Oh. Careful with the car. And where is it going? Alright. We've got a Caterham levitating above the track. And yeah, the car respawned successfully. The driver is already in the pits. Johansson P8. Bosch and Hayabusa are back on the track. Was it... who was it who made it into top 8? It was Paracelsus. Looks like Sauber found some great... looks like Sauber drivers found some great pace with their car as they're running on P2 Martinez and P7 Paracelsus. Very interesting considering that Bagus is on P14 at the moment. But maybe it was traffic, it's just too early to tell if Bagus is struggling or it was just some early traffic in the session. Rain Adam improved that he's on P20, losing 13 tenths to Santino Andreoli. So let's have an onboard with Aditya Bagus. He did up into P8. So like this, you can still see the timing and the speedometer at the same time. So Aditya completes the first sector with 1/10 improvement, and he is the fastest. He's the fastest in sector 1, even faster than Santino Andreoli. Here we have some split times as well if you need, but drivers are not put in the order. Anyways, Bagus is losing 300ths of a second already to Santina. Or is it already Abovic? No, sorry. Number 1 is just driver number, and yeah, Abovic is on P4. So Bagus is up into second. Armin P10. And Jimenez going into the pits. If Sauber are running pretty good in this session, we can say the same about FRC India, as their drivers are on P14, P15, Adam up to P19 with an improvement. So, actually talking about FRC India, yesterday they were not so fast either, as Jimenez finished the session on P13 and Jacob Holker was slower by 0.2 of a second compared to his teammate. Parcells up into P5, sorry, P15. No, wait. Sorry, it will perish, of course. So for two new drivers from McLaren, it is Parrish on P15 and Adesemoye on P17. Can't say that the results are pretty bad because these are rookies after all, and well, yesterday for McLaren Tost was on P9 and Fraser on P11. Tost had a lap time of about 1:29 and Fraser had 1:29.3. Abovic, does he overtake Will or not? That was really close, they almost touched, but it was a clear move. However, laps for two drivers are basically ruined. Let's replay this moment again. Sorry. Wrong button. Well, basically, Apollo couldn't see Will in his mirrors, and he appears only there. They almost collide. So that's Will Parish's POV, and of course you could see the Russian all the time. That was really close. And yeah, I'm a fraud who forgot to remain this. Sorry, to remove this broadcasting thing. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. Thanks for reminding me, Alex. Um, okay, I guess we can replay the moment once again, as you couldn't see it. Yeah, I'm a fraud. Kujaka's improves, but he stays in P22. A bit of a traffic in the last couple corners. We could see 4 drivers above each Parish, Jimenez and Blackwood, probably getting slipstream one from another. Smittler comes on the final corner. P9 is a bit disappointed for him, and he'll try to do better, but only P8 with a lap of 129.376. Holker is doing pretty good on this lap. However, it's not a big improvement, and the Swiss driver comes into the pits. Samitos can another driver with an improvement, but he'll be pitting this lap as well. We can say that Caterham's doing a better job today, but I guess that's only about the positions in the standings. Yesterday they were on P21, P22, but now it's P20 and P21 because it seems like Akuji cannot have a good lap. Rinadam, another improvement, and it is a lap of 129.950. Jimenez up into P10. That was a very good lap. But we'll definitely can be happy with that. Because he's right behind the first India driver. Archie Pasalic with his Walter Bottas 2020 helmet from Australia. Goes for a better lap time. Before sector 3, his advantage over his previous personal best was 84 thousandths, and yes, it is an improvement by 600ths of a second. And it is a yellow flag, and oh, Jimenez is out. That was a big one. No, actually it wasn't, just another transmission problem in this session. Yellow flags. Nicholas Johansson will be pitting this lap. And after 20 minutes of session, it is Santiago Andreu in first, Aditya Vargas second, and Vucci Carmen third. 3 drivers from 3 different teams. It's Lotus, it's Mercedes, and it's Ferrari. And Reset Martinez on P4 with the Zauber. Jimenez is still in the gravel, and seems like he can't get out. And nobody's gonna help him, so he finishes his session too early. Here's Benji Rushton. Going through the yellow flag section. Not sure if he could see Rodrigo from his cockpit, but he was notified about the yellows. Abovic proves that he's on P5 now. And I guess there will be just no more major improvements because of this accident. Pasalic and Holker. Really close. The one Red Bull driver is on Sieversofts and Jacob is on Softs. And Pasalic. Archie makes the move on Jacob Holker, the only Force India driver who remains at this session. Oh, it's Blackwood out as well. Not a problem with brakes this time, but it is both transmission problem and the puncture. He did, he's an improvement, and... Oh, there is a big one. P7 to P3. So Rosetta is already down to P5. Jacob and Marky are still fighting on track. Litman is back on track. He's got 25, 24 more laps to complete in this session to hit the limit. Another yellow flag, and it is on the main street. Oh gosh, it's Jacob. What happened to him? It was transmission and the suspension problem. Likely everybody avoids contact with the wheel. Oh come on, Marshall. Just do your job. Anything interesting going on? Let's see. Marky is actually on a pretty good run, and he has a huge improvement on the middle sector. Just 3 more corners to complete, and we'll find out where Marky will end up in the standings. And just to notice, Sentient Rally is the fastest driver and Marky Pasalic is moves up to 8th place. Sentino's fastest lap in this session is 4/10 of a second slower than the one Hidayat had yesterday. Infantero has 129.061 lap, then Adam has 128.760. So it's like 3/10 faster. Yep. Both Russian and Adam improve, and they are on P18 and P19. Lead me in, improved by 35 thousandths of a second, and Smealer goes first fastest. Smealer is the fastest in this session by 2/10 over Santino Andreoli. Where is he? Here he is. 128.874. If this lap would count into the yesterday's settings, then it would be in third place. Now Max is slowing down, it seems, and he'll be in the cooldown lap, but he's not beaten yet, unlike Reyes Moye, the McLaren driver. He would use the Ralph Schumacher helmet if I would find one, but that's the only thing I found. It is Schumacher 2017 Belgium helmet. Anyone doing good after the first sector? Not really. Only Hakuja improves by 1/10. But I guess that was because of the slipstream. And let's find out. Some drivers lose a lot of time in the middle sector, some in the first sector, but then gain a lot of time in sector 2. So let's see. Jacob is pulling away from the Japanese driver, and let's see how it goes. It is slower by 2/10. Okay. I like Jeffrey Blackwood's lap. He already improved up into 9th on his 13th lap, and now he'll complete lap number 14, and let's see what will happen. He goes down the final corner. I guess if he improves, he will move up to P8 or maybe P7 if he gets very lucky, or just have an awesome pace. Oh, he goes third! He goes third fastest! What I was talking about, he's in top 3. What a great lap it is. George Hansen in the pits, Marky Paselk in the pits, and his brother comes in as well. It seems like only Andrew had a good sector 1 out of all the drivers on the track, and so the time will be 1 minute 5 tenths. Not good enough. Martinez is down to P7 by the way, as he was on third earlier on. It's yellow flag and it's Jimenez again, but now in turn 1. I mean, it's funny and sad for him at the same time. Oh, and he almost spun. Oh, that was very dangerous, crossing the pit lane exit. Just look at how close it was between him and Santino Andreoli, I guess. Yes, it was the Frenchman. Just look at this. Ooh. I guess we need to see the rear wing camera. God. Don't tell me he'll be stuck here again. I guess he'll not, and let's wait for the Marshal. Holker up into P13. That's a good lap. Aka's a P22. With improvement just 2 thousandths of a second, slower than Caterham. Come on. Do something. Okay, let's leave Frederick alone for some time, but I'm just curious when did he actually leave the car after the previous accident? I didn't even notice. And yeah, here he is, minute 30, no, minute 26 I guess. With 35 minutes to go, finally he was back to the pits. But now, does he have to wait 10 more minutes? It's very lucky for him. He didn't even start his lap. It was an out lap, turn 1, problems, and that's it. I mean, if you look at the minimap, his car is still there. No! Finally! It is going to be green flags. The Mesa returned in turn 1, so we might see more time improvements. Just like for Jafari Blackwood. Was that's result of 1 minute after the middle sector, it's 59 seconds for him in S2. So, oh, he pits. Okay, okay. I mean, he would go for second position, but it's like, no, I'll be pitting. Okay. Jacob Holger is another driver with green sector 2 and sector 1 as well. Ooh, look at these 5/10 of a second, that's amazing. And where did he gain these 5/10? And from P13 to P3 on Force India. Are you kidding me? That was amazing. Half a second gained in just 2 last sectors. What's happened? Imagine if there was no yellow flag in sector 1. Would he go fastest or not? I mean, how did he gain about 4/10 out of nowhere? That was surprising. Okay. Alexander Semoye starts the lap. It's interesting that we've got 3 Alexes this season. It's Alex Luan, Alex Semoye and Alex Romov. And no, he'll not have an improvement after the first sector. So what will happen next? Yeah, no improvement for Alex, nothing to look for, unlike a lap of Marky. Let's see if he will go faster after the second sector, and no, he won't. Maybe Litmin will do better. No. I just realized that the Williams car has the rear looking like I don't know, like the Lara F2 car, because of this, I don't know how to call it. Oh, oh, that's spin for Litman, and he waits for everyone here. Probably some more drivers, yes, of course, and there'll be a huge gap. No, he's doing it right now. Okay, just we can take a look at it once again. Just classic mistake in this corner, running wide, actually first locking up, then running wide, then locking up again, outside of the track and spinning. Luckily not spinning onto the racing line. That would be a disaster and everybody would have to slow down. But luckily no damage for the Caterham driver, but damage for a lap of Andrew Paracelsus, who is running P13. Or probably just some free slipstream, who knows. Andrew, and let's see, anyone else? Yeah, all these guys just lost 3 seconds. And Paracelsus as well. Not sure if Andrew will be happy at all after this performance by Littman. Yeah, he definitely had to slow down. So that's it. Laps for about 5 drivers ruined. Oh, sorry. No, Jacob will have no improvement on this lap. 25 minutes ago, Akujakaza, another driver with green sector 1, but probably a bad sector 2. And yeah. Oh, it is an improvement after all. 2 tenths. It's definitely going to be a good lap, but I don't want to jinx it. So let's see, maybe it's 21 or in P20. No, screw it, he'll be on P19. The Japanese driver comes on the final corner, hits the apex pretty well, and to finish the lap, to move up into P21 only. Well, of course there was a 1/10 of gap between him and Litman after this lap. Did he lose anything? I can't actually see, but alright. Abolition Proust is on P6 now. Guess he was there after all, and he just improved. A lot of drivers beaten. Smiller staying behind Gromov, and of course it's impossible for the Ferrari driver to improve. Lots of drivers are in the pits, just like Hideya, just like Andreoli, two Lotuses, and Parcells comes in as well. So these guys will stay in the pits for 35 minutes and keep fighting for good times. Ooh! Rosetta was trying to squeeze through and not to not to crash into the car of the teammate. And the engineers kept going like it was nothing. Okay. And it's Sakuchi with another good lap. It's not going to be enough to make it into P20. But still, let's see. His teammate is on P19 at the moment. It's Reynadam. No, it was not the best lap. Oh, and Benji is struggling with his engine. He doesn't beat. Didn't he notice the problem? I guess he did just now, as the engine stopped working properly. Yeah, just has to stop the car. Okay, he doesn't crash into the 50 meters mark, and that's cool. So yeah, he stops the car without ramming into the barrier. Respect for him. But of course it's pain to have these kind of problems during the preseason testings. This time he doesn't have to wait like 3 or 5 minutes like Rodrigo to uh, uh, have car outside of the track, and yeah, here internal one marshals take action immediately. Alright, and now the yellows will be gone and replaced by green in 3, 2, 1. Now, let's wait a bit more, and yeah, green. Green Adam comes out of the pits for another stint. He already completed 21 lap with 15 remaining. Jafari Blackwood is running 5th as a great improvement by 2 tenths. I guess he'll be yeah, he's on B3. So now Jacob is down to 5th. And that's a disappointment. Just look at these 26 thousandths between Jafari and Jacob. And that's a so-called battle for 3rd. But I guess it's not like an actual battle, as the drivers are just trying to do some good laps. After all, Marky Puzzle captain to P10. And I guess that's how we can see the difference between some experienced drivers and some rookies. As right now, McLaren's not doing really well. Parrish on P16 and his teammate is on P17. And I jinxed it, but in a good way. Adesemoye is up to P6. Amazing. Okay, what's next? HRT in top 10? Let's see. Yellow flag, and oh, it's both Paracels and Pasalik stopping the car in the same corner. And was it the same issue? Yes, it was. But Parcells was the first one to stop the car. So that's where the problem occurred. Right, in, right in the middle of the straight. Boom, transmission gone. The next victim will be Litmin. It's like closer to breaking, and yeah, there is a second yellow flag I forgot about. It's a Reset Martinez with a transmission problem, of course. No, it was more like an engine problem after all, so yep. 3 cars just died in 10 seconds. 10-15 seconds. And here I at 128.8. Still not good enough to set the fastest lap of the week, I guess. That's how we'll call it. Still yellows. And that's one of the marshals pushing the gate room as well. And yeah, let's see if Hiriat will beat his best result of yesterday or not. Abolition Pros is on P4 now. Orlker is P6. Oh, another car on fire! Actually, the first car on fire this week, but anyways. Just look at this! Whoa. Adam, behind the FRC, they just... Oh, I just mentioned Jacob and he has problems. Look at this black cloud of smoke. Samet and Benji were fighting right here in the chicane where most of overtakes should take place. But for Benji it was a much easier move, like for Abovich, who's fighting will perish. Chrome has an improvement, but of course he has to pit. Well, Benji overtook Summit only because... Wait. Who was the one beating? Oh, it was Alex, sorry. Thought it was Summit who's coming in. So, 45 minutes passed and 15 to go. Kired is on top. With Smithler second and Andrelli third. Now it's 2 Lotuses in top 3. But not 1-2 for them. Now Benji will be beaten and Summit will stay out. Okay. Buji Carmen just left the pit lane to see the Lord Hispania on the rear wing right in front of him. That's what I call track paradise. When you leave the pit lane and here is an HRT ahead and a McLaren behind. And the Montenegrin of course is struggling to overtake an HRT. He tried to do it into the chicane, and yes, that's a good move. Max Miller, just 45 thousandths of a second slower than the personal best. Let's see, maybe he'll have a better second sector. Of course he won't, I jinxed it. Let me in, after his problems with transmission he's back and he's on his lap. At the end of sector 2 now. Down the straight and into the overtaking spot number 1 into the chicane before the long straight, and yes, it's a good lap. It's a good lap, 75 thousandths of a second improvement. And the German driver is going into the chicane. It's possible that he'll be on P18 because everything's pretty close here between P18 and P20. There is just 1/10. And okay, jinxed another driver. I guess I should just shut up. Rain Adam is in the pits with 9 laps to go. Marky. Let's just 7 on board with no commentary, just Bagus goes a bit fastest. Okay. P8. 1,000 slower than Horlaker though. And yeah. Every time I say something good about the driver improving, he just screws it. Ulperish comes into the pits. Armin improves that he's in top 10. Actually, the slowest lap of yesterday was 129.950. So from P20 to P22, Litmi Pasalic, Hakujakas, and Sam Toscan are slower than this lap. Actually, completed by two drivers. Yeah, Oscar and Pasalic actually had the same lap time. And finished on P21, P22. Of course, by two K-Trons. But Litman improves and he's on P18. Lap was 129.742. Okay. Now only two drivers are slower than the two K-Trons yesterday. Rodrigo Jimenez. He was struggling with the car today like twice. Had to wait in total about 6-7 minutes just to get back into the pits. And like for other drivers who spent about 30-45 seconds or so after their retirement. He had a good season in Mercedes last year, but team, team principal said no, we'll replace you for Buggers, and that's what's happened. Jimenez is on P13 right now, but it's not so bad for him to be in such a position. However, the gap between him and Hanemusa, who is on P12, is 311 thousandths. It's going to be pretty tough for Rodrigo to actually be faster than P13. Yesterday he was on the same position, P13, with a lap of 129.3. No, sorry, 0.4. And come on. Just look at this for Cindy, it's so unreliable. For Rodrigo Jimenez, however, we can't really say the same for Horlicker. I mean, he had to retire just... He had to stop the car just once today, if I'm not mistaken. But I remember that he did when I just mentioned him. And... Marshall, where are you going? What? Hey! What is Marshall doing? No! Ooh! What's happened to Rosetta? Oh, I get it now, but... It was not that... Just... Come on, be careful, you have one job. Yeah, the Zabur team will surely not be happy with what these guys are doing. Oh, and there is a debris out of nowhere. That's pretty weird, but okay. How's Rodrigo doing? Let's find out. Yep, here he is still in the gravel. Okay, 5 minutes to go. Yeah, Jimenez is completely ignored by marshals once again. Okay, enter parcels. He improved on P13 last lap, and he'll do even better by burn once again, but yeah, still on P13. Kiret and Rushton are going into the pits. Gromov, no. Dritten slower on sector 2. So nobody has finished this session yet. In terms of laps limit. Some drivers are completed over 30 laps. Like Armin, 31 lap, but it looks like the new limit was a bit too much. If yesterday 21 driver completed 30 laps or even more, only, if I'm not mistaken, only Andrew Parcells didn't. He had 10 more laps, but he was like, okay, 10 laps is 10 laps, but I'll beat anyways. And yeah, completed just, I guess, 21 lap out of 30.
2 minutes remaining.
2 minutes remaining, says one of the engineers. Martinez. Having a good day. On P11 he is. Yesterday he was on P10. But actually it's no big deal. Eric Johannebuso, and we can see a checkered flag for error in the graphics, just like for the Red Bull test driver who's driving, like, yeah, who's driving Torosso today. Alex Gromov finishes the session and he's on P16. 1 minute to go. Jose Martinez crossed the line. And yeah, still P11, but with an improvement this time. Apovic finished the session as well. Let's just watch drivers cross the cross the finish line. Nicholas Johansson. This is not over for him, but he's beating this lap because of how much fuel he has. Adam Hira starts his lap, the last lap of the session, of course. Marky Pasalic, I'm pretty sure that is very happy with today's session. It's P8 for him and checker flag. So P8 is a good result in your first day, so congratulations. Sam Toscan, the driver on P22, in, I would say, the slowest car on the grid, Caterham. Green Adam comes into the pits. And it's day 2 over. Or not yet, we got plenty of drivers on the track. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 drivers. And some with checked flags in the graphics, but still capable of doing 3, 4 more laps. Rain Adam, P20 today and P19 yesterday. Not bad. According to the minimap, we have 6 drivers in the track, not counting Jimenez. Hidayat, just 65 thousandths of his pace on the fastest lap. Today's fastest lap, not yesterday's. And it seems like it is the second time since 2011 the when the precision testings were dominated by the same driver, and like third time both precision testing sessions were won by driver or drivers from the same team. 2011 Smittler wins both sessions for Ferrari. 2012 it is both sessions won by Red Bull guys, IDT Bagus and Jake Teasley, and now it is Adam Hidayat crossing the line. Will he stay out? Yes, he will. The session is not over for him. And he wins both. He wins in both testing days this season, as he's driving for Lotus F1 team. Okay, 3 drivers are in the pits, 2 Ferraris, Smithra and Darman, and Marky Pasalic. As I said, it was a good session for him, P8. And that's completely fine that he was beaten by Holliker for Cindy by 1,000th of a second. It's not like 1/10. Okay, engineer has been a bit bugged after the finish again, so let's actually not pay any attention to that, just like for Jacob Holliker, who finishes second preseason testing day on 7th position. Abovich pits. So let's summarize all the information we've got from these 2 days. Hidayat has been unstoppable, but as we know, it's the driver winning the preseason testings, not always winning the championship, like never win the championship, as you know, from 2011 2012. Today it was a good day for Horliker on for CD and Marky Pasalic on P8 in his first ever testing day. The same can be said about Alex Resemaye. Reza Martinez came out of nowhere in the first 15 minutes of the session, made it into top 3 of the standings, but as the session continued, he was going down and down the order, but he's still okay. Jimenez struggling again, not with the pace, but with the car today, and because of all the delays, thanks to marshals who just completely ignore him. He is down to P14 today, unlike yesterday when he was on P13. Grom P16 also good result. Gatron being the slowest again, and HRT being HRT P20 and P21. And yeah, McLaren is officially a midfield team this season, as we can see from the results. Well, I said that today will be a pretty exciting day, and I was not wrong. But now let's just enjoy 4 more drivers. Sorry, 3, no, actually 4 drivers. Finishing their laps. Anyone pitting? Yes, Rosetta Martinez pits. And 3 more drivers. Semtoskan, Alex Resemaya, and Adam Hidayat stay out. he did beats on this lap. And what about others? Alex stays out, and Samitoskan, the Gitarm driver. Of course, he'll not be improving, he's on pretty old softs at the moment. And he will finish these Dave testings with the slowest time. I guess we can just have an outboard with him for the remaining time, or for like 2 laps, as that's when he will reach the limit of laps. The limit, which only applies to the checker flag thing in the timing tower. Like you can see, Abovich had 38 laps today, the most among everyone. We have on day 2, so just 2 more drivers are on the track. The semi already hit the limit of laps. Summit Oscan didn't, but he still has a checkered flag in the standings. Summit Oscan beats and Alex beats as well, so I guess it's time to finish the session. Thank you very much for watching, and see you next time in Melbourne, Australia for the first round of 2013 season. As always, the streams are taking place on Wednesday and Thursday, usually at 5 p.m. GMT plus 3, so if you have some time you can always join us for some racing. Your commentator today was Rose Pro. Once again, thanks for watching, and bye.